Hello, my name is Zachary Gardner and I am a current student at the University of South Carolina. I am also a member of the North American Vexillological Association as well as the Chesapeake Bay Flag Association. Today, we are going to be discussing vexillology and the power of flags. What is vexillology? The word vexillology comes from vexillum, the name of the military banners flown by the Romans. One first notable vexillologist, Whitney Smith, describes it as the scientific study of the history, symbolism, and usage of flags, or by extension, any interest in flags in general. Flags are all around us. They're hanging in front of houses, on poles, and in museums. And yet, maybe because they surround us everywhere we go, we often fail to notice them. Sometimes it's nice to pause and take a moment to question their purpose, their meaning, and why we fly them. I first became interested in vexillology researching the flag of my home state, Maryland. The flag boasts unique, contrasting colors and a distinct design. However, just looking at the flag does not reveal any information about its history, who created it, and how it was adopted. And yet, even without knowing its history, just watching it fly fills you with a sense of pride and connection to your state. As a student at USC, another flag which demonstrates this feeling is the flag of South Carolina. I have with me a version of that flag with my college's colors. However, the emblems are still the same. Many people mistake the crescent at the top corner of the flag to be a moon. However, this is not so. I am here in the State Museum of Pennsylvania, standing beneath a number of early colonial and Revolutionary War era flags. Many of these flags you might recognize, such as France, Great Britain, or even an early American flag. I'm here because the flag of South Carolina has deep roots in this period of American history. The crescent on the flag of South Carolina represents the helmets of the soldiers who fought at Fort Moultrie, then called Fort Sullivan, during the Revolutionary War. And the earliest version of the South Carolina flag actually flew above this fort. It was designed by Colonel William Moultrie, and he describes it in an 1802 memoir. A little time after we were in possession of Fort Johnson, it was thought necessary to have a flag for the purpose of signals. I was desired by the Council of Safety to have one made, upon which, as the state troops were clothed in blue, and the fort was garrisoned by the 1st and 2nd Regiments, who wore a silver crescent on the front of their caps, I had a large blue flag made with the crescent in the dexter corner to be in uniform with the troops. This was the first American flag which was displayed in South Carolina. On a famous battle on June 28, 1776, it is said that the flag was shot down. However, Sergeant William Jasper bravely ran and retrieved and rose the flag, inspiring the troops to continue fighting. The palmetto was later added to the flag following its official adoption on January 28, 1861. The palmetto was added in remembrance of the palmetto trees which the fort was built from. I had the opportunity to see a number of historical South Carolinian Civil War flags at a relic museum in Columbia. Many of these battle flags were based on the flag of South Carolina, such as this one of the 1st South Carolina Rifle Regiment. Well, it wasn't this small. It was much bigger and it led over 1,000 troops in battle. Do you think that all of the soldiers knew the historical significance of the design of their flag? Likely not. But then why was this design and this flag so revered? Why was it considered shameful for your flag to be captured while in battle? And why was the position of flag bearer so coveted and important? The power and symbolism of a flag can most clearly be seen in the flag of our nation. The flag of the United States was first adopted on June 14, 1777, a day which Americans now celebrate as Flag Day. Although the number of stars has changed on the flag as more states were added to the Union, the principal design of the flag remains the same. 13 stripes alternate red and white, and a union of stars, white on a blue field, representing a new constellation. I have another story to tell you about heroism and flags in American history, also taking place in South Carolina. Soldier William Harvey Carney was a member of the 54th Massachusetts Volunteer Infantry. He was also present at the Battle of Fort Wagner in Charleston. When the flag bearer fell in battle, he picked up the flag of the United States, and while wounded, continued to lead the Union. He was shot in his arm, his leg, and his chest, and yet still successfully carried the flag while the Union retreated. Eventually, after making it back to his regiment, he reportedly said, "Boys, I did but my duty. The dear old flag never touched the ground." For his brave action, he received a Medal of Honor in 1900. I have with me a flag given to my great-grandmother. This flag was dedicated in the rotunda of the United States Capitol building to her during the presidency of Ronald Reagan. While to some this may seem like just a piece of cloth, to others something more sacred, a symbol unchanging, yet present to the change, growth, and progress of our nation. Whether flown in rallies, in protest, or in the defense of our country, the United States flag is synonymous with the will and opinion of the American people. I would like to end this segment with a quote from President Calvin Coolidge. "We identify the flag with almost everything we hold dear on earth: peace, security, liberty, our family, our friends, our home. But when we look at our flag and behold it emblazoned with all our rights, we must remember that it is equally a symbol of our duties. Every glory that we associate with it is the result of duty done." There's a lot more to learn about flags, their history, and their importance in our lives. Anyone can be a vexillologist. You don't have to take any classes, you only need to have an interest in flags. Maybe you're intrigued by joining an organization such as the North American Vexillological Association. Or maybe you're interested in doing some personal research on a flag that you might like. Whatever it is, I highly encourage you to continue researching and pursuing and understanding the roles that flags play in our day-to-day lives throughout history till today. Thank you.